Hey everybody, TV Ben here. We are back. We have a big special guest today that I've been teasing around for a while, and I finally got him to show up over here. Thank you, by the way, because what did it take you, about an hour?
55 minutes.
Okay.
So it wasn't bad.
Well, this is the director. Matthew is here. You guys know him from Carolina Pinball Repair. This guy is the go-to. I know I've sent you people, Troy, God, who
Troy does
sent
a
you
lot.
somebody?
Yeah.
Nobody asks me anymore
Yeah.
because I quit Facebook. But yeah, the Mr. Pinball Repair and the guy we all love to hate because he has our dream job. He is the pinball tech. Is that your official title? Was it?
I don't know
Pinball tech for
I don't
Abari?
know. I think it's pinball arcade technician. I don't know if am I a lead? Am I the main? I don't know.
You are the guy.
Yeah. So it's just it could be lots of things.
And not that Zach can't fix stuff.
No, Zach's.
But
people.
It's a job.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I really. Zach's probably one of the next best pinball technicians in the state. People don't know that. He's really good. So, it's not all me. It's
What's he doing?
It's just, I guess, there's me, and then, but I know if there's something and a day that I'm not there or whatever, he usually jumps in there and does it.
And same, I do, repairs, not as a business, but for my stuff that's out on location. I've helped Troy with stuff, but Troy is also a very good pinball, probably better than me. Yeah, I gave you one. He's probably better than me too, but hey, so it's nice, to do that, but I couldn't imagine that's my day job of, you were doing 3-4 days a week before everything?
3 days before COVID. Yeah, I was there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Nice.
So,
and that's why we all hate you.
Yeah.
This is your job.
It was a good gig, and I mean, you saw the back room, which was
you've got the main room, then you have that second room, and then you've got the back room.
Yeah.
I mean,
and nobody saw that.
I got the behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was the whole whole size of the front room, except it's just all projects and parts and fun stuff.
You've got your hands full. It's a lot of stuff there. Whoa.
Yeah,
crushing that water pump.
Yeah,
man, you've been working out.
Yeah, oh yeah, COVID just been pumping iron.
So I'm really glad that you showed up. I've been wanting to get you here. Zach, if you're watching, you're next. So we need to get together on that as well. And if you hear little background noises, that is the Black Knight servos. He likes to move around a lot.
Cool.
And I didn't turn on Dracula this time. Which, can you even tell? Yeah, crap. I forgot to turn on Drag. He got too chatty last time.
Just talking about all of his
he was
call-outs.
Yeah, he did like seven or eight in like a 30-minute period.
Wow.
I was like, shush, Gary Oldman. Let's, okay. Anyway, so you're here. We're going to talk about a lot of things, but I always like knowing, and I think maybe everybody else does, I don't know, but what got you going? I remember you came in around maybe, 2011, 2012 time frame?
There.
Yeah.
So... Let's see, I guess we'll start with how I got into it.
Childhood or? I
always liked playing pinball. Yeah. I was never, I was born in 83, so, I was a kid, at 90, 91, 90, and most people my age played, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, pinball usually didn't have
it was, it was already pretty on the back burner at that point. It did, Adam's Family, and I kind of got to be right at the good age to see all that ramp up. But I always gravitated towards pinball machine. I never remember. I mean, I remember playing Simpsons and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff on the arcade. But usually I'd be the guy that would go find the 2 pins when there's 50 arcades.
Well, that's what I say. They never had a line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was so easy. You could stay there all day and. Sorry. Get out.
Yeah, that's fine.
And but anyway.
Troy usually bleeps himself at this point.
And when he does,
he's like,
my bad. Yeah,
he says poop or something now.
But so I always loved pinball, and the idea of owning a machine never occurred to me.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, it's weird how you like never like, oh, that's a thing.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like somebody discovered it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Oh, wow, we could.
Like, really? The whole time?
Yeah, and then you end up with this.
Right, exactly. So I, finally got to a point where I had a job that was, good enough to afford a pinball machine, and realized that you could buy these things. I think I found it on Craigslist, and there were.
That was your first one?
Yeah. Well, not the one I bought, but
Yeah.
I had searched Craigslist someday. Like, it was like one night. I remember I was just like, I wonder if you can own a pinball machine.
Yeah.
Because I can't find them anymore. Right. They were nowhere in 2008 and 2010 and stuff like that. So, I was like, oh man, they sell these things. And so then I didn't even know they made a Doctor Who machine.
Really?
I had no idea. I didn't know all the titles. I remembered Addams Family from when I was a kid. I remembered Attack from Mars.
Yeah.
I remember Data East Batman. I played a lot that I had some fond memories on.
Did you ever own one?
A Data East Batman?
Yeah.
No, I never have. I mean, I know it's pretty limited.
Yeah.
I do have a good story about the topper from the one that from when I was a kid that I ended up acquiring.
I do know that, but I want to hear it. Yes, we need to tell everybody.
Yeah. We'll circle back around.
Yeah, that's a good story too.
So I found out there was a Doctor Who machine. I was a huge Doctor Who fan, with the reboot of the series, and I was like, I have to. That's it. That's the machine I've got to have. And I ended up, I was getting ready to move into my house from my condo, so I had some space. Yeah. And I looked online. There was one in Atlanta, I think, at the time for $1,500, which
I know those prices.
It's a different world.
Be jumping out a window right now.
No, I know. Yeah. And so get this, the one I bought was from Brian at Retro Home Game Rooms.
Oh yeah.
And because I knew nothing about pinball, and I read online, hey, you really kind of got to know how to open these up. You know, if it ain't broke, it ain't pinball. They're not just you buy this thing and it plays forever, perfect and error free.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't know anything about fixing or anything about it. Yeah, I know. Exactly. It's weird to think about, but I specifically was like, well, Brian had one, and he was going to shop it and go through the whole thing and whatever, and he went $2,000 for it, fully shot at a retail price, and I put a down payment on it, and that's how it all started.
Wow,
So.
I think Troy bought his first game from Brian too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
he's been doing it a long time.
Did I buy my first 90s,
one? I think
my first one was from
Does
him
he still? I guess he's still out there.
We ran by there not
his Lake Wiley house.
Yeah, we were over there in 2019 for something. And he was still
had a bunch of games and still doing it. Yeah, he had
a bunch of cars and stuff too.
Oh,
he was goofing with,
it's got a beautiful house there.
Yeah, if I can't have your job, I want
right.
I want his
exactly.
job.
Well, I'm trying to work up to that. I'm trying to figure out what he's doing.
That's true. That's the other thing we got to get to. But so a lot of people started with him. He was a good resource, and he's a nice guy.
Yeah, I think he went right at. If I remember right, I mean, because. He's
not
that old.
No.
I think he went right out of high school into it.
Yeah.
Figured out, you can buy and sell these games. And
I think if he's not in there, he's out on his boat or something.
He's living life.
Yeah, he's doing good. But so you started, I remember you had would you have a Bride of Pinball? You had
early on. Yeah. So the funny thing is I came this close to being out of pinball. When I bought my house, I had my condo still, so I had double mortgage.
Oh.
And it was just awful. So I never would condone that to anyone.
Yeah.
Don't ever do the double mortgage. But anyway, I just had the one game.
Yeah.
And I'd had Doctor Who about 7 months by the time my condo sold. And if you just have one game, it's the same thing over and over and over. And I was just kind of I was like, I like this, but I've played it a lot. And I thought, I might just sell it. I've got, it gone up a little bit. I could probably make a few $100 off of it or whatever. And I was like, maybe I could do something else with that money other than have this pinball machine. And so I was this close to just selling, and that would have been it. That would have been the end of pinball for me. As weird as that is, 7 months in. Yeah. And,
so you wouldn't have come back, you don't think?
I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I probably would have just not looked back. But I was like, it'd be interesting to learn how to work on these. That could be another facet of this hobby. And I got on Craigslist, and there was a countdown and a Solar Ride, old Gottlieb System ones, both broken. I can't remember what he wanted for them, but it's Gary Hicks. ended up being, I didn't know Gary was in pinball, and I was trying to be all slick and be like, yeah, I'll give you so-and-so for it, thinking like this guy didn't know anything about pinball,
right.
And he'd owned 30 games at that point, he's probably like, this guy's trying to be clever, and anyway, I got those two, and Countdown was the first game I ever like fixed and restored. And
so what was it? Board level stuff, or what were you needing?
Not at that point. I think it was, at worst, maybe a transistor, or, blown coil or something. So it was not anything that crazy.
So had you soldered or anything before, or that was all part of it too?
So I was interested in hobby electronics as a kid and stuff. So I'd had some background in soldering. I knew electronics to a degree before getting into it. But pinball is kind of what got me, kind of to return to that hobby and to hunker down. And when I decided I wanted to learn how to work on them, it was eat, live, and breathe it. From 2012 to when I started doing work for other people. So I try to buy every machine I could broken down, and doesn't matter how long it took to try to figure it out.
That is part of the fun, though.
It really is. I still, to this day, I enjoy working on them more than playing.
I do. I need more time. Really envy what you've been doing, because you did something pretty big into last year, right?
Oh, the 2020, the building.
The building.
The building was
this
built.
Is serious. Like,
it was, and that's something I've thought about for a long time, for several reasons. First off, I think how you hate to just have stuff all in your game room. You don't get to enjoy it if you just got stuff torn apart. And so I really didn't have anywhere to work on games at the house. So
But you've got basement. You've got more than this in the basement.
I've got 15 down there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And 9.
Yeah. And
I don't even know.
I keep 15 down there, even though that's going to grow to 17. I don't know if my wife knows that yet, but
that's another thing we share. All right, so not only pinball, routing, all that stuff. Both our wives are named April.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
forgot about that one too.
But
she doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does she even care at this point?
Mine doesn't. Not as much.
She's like, "What'd you get?" Okay, great.
Well, I had 11 when we met.
Okay,
so it
wasn't a surprise.
She knew there's a problem to begin with.
Well, more than that.
But so I had nowhere to work on games, and home repairs are difficult. It doesn't matter. When I started doing home repairs, I guess in 2014-ish, maybe.
You've been doing it that long?
It's been a while. It's been a couple years.
I know you've been.
I've been at Abari since 2016. So it's maybe been 7 or 8 years, something like that.
Yeah.
But that's really the trial by fire.
Yeah.
You think, oh, I know how to repair pinball machines, and then you start going into people's houses and having them sit there and watch you, and you're like, this is something I've never seen before that I have to not act like I've never seen before. Yeah. And so it really can be a trial by fire doing that. But it's I bring a ton of parts. And
that's what would drive me crazy.
You're always bound to not have whatever.
I didn't grab that one.
Yeah, thing. Or, and the game-specific stuff is always the thing that breaks. It's like, oh, of course I don't have the right long beam opto for the Dracula, or I don't have this piece for, the little cam shaft for Earthshaker to open the fault line, or, something that's just only that game or a handful of them used it, and you just can't have 20 grand worth of parts you're traveling around with all the time.
It'd just be stupid.
Right, yeah. And so, I was like, I really would, the goal is to hopefully phase out more or less the home call stuff as much as I can, at least.
So they're going to come to you.
Right, exactly. And if I don't have a part, then I can order it. That game can sit. I can get to the next one. When the part comes in, I go, and have a little bit of a thing. So I decided, with COVID especially, things got really bad, and with Abari there was a lot of uncertainty. We didn't know exactly what was going to happen at that point, especially around the summer, and I was like, I don't want to go back into an office. I have no intention of doing that ever again in my life. I'll probably starve before I'd go into an office. And I was like, well, I have to be able to have a way to work and be able to put hours in.
Yeah.
And so, I invested in this building. It's a 24 by 24. It has a 12 by 24 office up top.
Nice.
Heated and cooled, fully finished.
Okay.
Drywalled, painted. I mean, it's really comfortable.
Did you do any of it?
Oh,
or
no.
Just, okay.
No.
So it's not like you had them built.
No, I didn't hand build it. Yeah, me out there stick building it and setting studs up and stuff.
Yeah.
No, I for all the things that I do know how to do, that
Yeah.
would not be something that I would trust myself with at all. No, I had a guy named Sean Williams,
Okay.
which is Twin Brothers Construction, and he did a great job.
Does he
it.
actually have a twin brother?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
he's a liar.
a professional football player.
No kidding.
Yeah, I can't remember. Bryce Williams.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't know who he played for. I don't keep up with
So
football.
they didn't do the rhyming twin names?
I don't think his brother wasn't there like working. I guess maybe it was just a good
Yeah.
name. You
It
know what I
is,
mean?
yeah.
But his
Twin Brothers Building.
yeah. It was so. But they did a great job on it, and it was exactly the way I wanted it. And I can comfortably work on about 10 to 15 games in there at any given time, and it's been fantastic. And this is the first time I've actually officially announced that building is right here.
Should I?
Yeah,
Do you want me to cut this out?
No, it's fine. You
Okay.
can keep it in, but
I told you I
believe
wouldn't
it or
say
not,
anything you didn't want to go with.
It's been full. It got done at the 1st of December. It's been full the whole time.
Wow.
I can't fix a game quicker than they come in.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people usually say good for you and don't mean it. But
Right.
seriously,
Yeah.
That's great.
It's great. I mean, there needs to be like 5 of me, and then I mean, there's that much need for pinball repair in the state of North Carolina.
So you're telling me I need to take the building I have out here.
Yeah.
And I need to start fixing them instead of
probably. Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
No, I can't do it.
And I have a lot of people say they want to, I'd love to come learn. I'd love to, and I'm not against that. I'm not somebody that's like, you're not going to stomp on my ground or whatever.
Right. This is my territory.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm not one of those, but, pinball repair is, first off, you got to have a basis in electronics to a degree. That you just have to learn. And then you really have to it's just so much trial and error. Read all of Clay's guides, subscribe to Pinball Ninja, read the Pin Wiki. Yeah. I mean, just like inundate your mind with all of this, stuff, and just eat, live, and breathe it. And then you have to have hands-on, and you have to do it all the time. It's like
it's good.
It's
points.
like anything.
Yeah.
To you could come and watch me all day long and not soak up everything you needed to.
Right.
Like there's a lot of homework, so to speak, on the side, than just shadowing somebody.
That's well said. And that's, if anybody was serious about, getting into it, that is true. You got to do a ton of reading. Mm-hmm. And I've always been better. Yeah, like I could, if I was trying to learn something from you, I need to get my hands on too. Mm-hmm. If I don't, it's like taking notes in class. It just kind of...
You get it and you learn it, and then when you see it again, it's like, oh, wait, what that was? I remember that vaguely.
I've always been a good hands-on learner, but yes, tons of reading. And then just, stuff might start making sense. I've seen this before.
Right.
And we were just talking about, we're there. Whitewater. I'm not really going to get into
exactly.
it.
Yeah,
you had just seen an issue recently,
similar,
and I was like, well, there we go.
Well, those are the...
And that's the only reason I had you come over.
Yeah, exactly.
I fooled him into telling me how to fix it.
Jack and I have had that conversation many times. Jack Darty up in Winston, who's a longtime repair guy.
Is he still repairing?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I think he's slowed down, but he's still out there doing stuff.
He's a good guy.
But Jack and I,
Is he mad that you took over his territory?
No, not at all. He never was. He was always
him on next week.
Yeah, he was always like, "Oh, please, please, there's more than enough." I mean, you really feel like so just buried with it all the time.
That's amazing. I mean, not that you live in the middle of nowhere, but you're not like Charlotte's a big city,
right?
And, like Raleigh or something. But even up Winston-Salem areas,
But I do get a lot of work from here down in this area. I mean, lots of people: Rock Hill, Charlotte, Concord, Kannapolis. There are a lot of people that contact me from down here. But I mean, when Jack and I, we've talked before, kind of what make you valuable as a pinball repair tech are when you see those things that are like the things that you spend 10 hours on. and you figure out. So the next time you do it, it takes 10 minutes,
Right.
you know. And then the more you do, the more you work on the games, the more of those things you collect, and that's what make you valuable.
And they usually end up with common errors, especially in a certain game.
Yeah.
Like, oh, of course.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, yeah. It's always game specific
Yeah.
stuff. Those are the highest level. I mean, can't tell you. I've repaired 20 missed multi-ball issues at least.
See, luckily, I have never had to work.
You so lucky, yeah.
Well, this Dracula, I had one before it that's at Troy's bar now. I sold him that one just to get that one, but yeah, luckily I have never had to lift up, never had to get into that little board. Yeah,
right now, it's
time.
gonna
next time I
bizarre.
play it. Yeah,
there was one on Bride of Pinbot that was like somehow like wedged in between a ramp and underneath her head where it spins, and I'm like, the opening, it's almost like you'd have to like press it in to like you know
like perfect conditions,
right? Yeah,
like there was one I was looking for at Troy's one time, and it ended up, I think somehow it must have been in a multi-ball, and I guess when the slingshot was firing, a ball must have got under
you see
right
those
away.
On Stearns a lot.
Yeah,
we see those a whole lot.
How did that get under?
And that's
there?
not where you're looking. You're like, wait,
no, you're everywhere,
and then you're like, oh, okay.
I think I saw a shadow under the plastic or something. I was like, there it is. But yeah, weird. We could go on all day with.
Oh
stuff
yeah, I mean, people don't understand. Like once you experience games on location, it's a whole different world.
Oh, yeah,
you know, like you come out of your house and you're like, how does this even happen? How does this break like this? How does this do this? Which is, you know, is one of the greatest things though, that, you know, like the best way to learn, you know, if you go put some games on location.
Oh man.
Yeah. If you want to learn some things, they'll teach you, especially older games, especially Gottlieb's.
Oh, God, I don't know how. Well,
put some System 80s on location and you'll really have some fun.
Well, Troy and I had made a rule early on. We no more Data East. That was it.
It was. We very rarely.
And I love them, but they just can't. They just can't hold up anymore.
We've had a lot of trouble on our Data East games at Abari too. Spooky also. We've written off. Now I love what they're doing. I like
Me
Charlie.
Too. Yeah.
I'm all about.
They're great people.
Yeah,
but not for location.
No.
Yeah, and it's hard to come off not sounding like you hate them. And I've heard from you. I've heard from Brian down in Atlanta.
Yeah.
A couple other people, and then there was a guy on Pinball Bash recently that just picked one.
The Rick and Morty, new out of the box, and he's kind of tinkering the whole game.
He's rebuilding it.
It's ground up.
I was talking to Craig about he's got one on the way, which I don't think's a secret, and I said you might as well just tell him to send you the play field and the box.
Yeah, it's like a Lego.
And just
like
Lego
parts. Yeah,
it'll save time. So just do it yourself.
That might be a good business model. I don't know, for the hobbyist. There we are. Just play field. Here's all your parts.
Yeah, do it yourself.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, like IKEA.
Paint by numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
That might be something. Yeah, especially if this COVID lockdown keeps going and everybody's stuck at home.
Give people something to do.
All right, we're gonna have to research that.
Yeah, well, copywritten right here.
Yeah, for you or for me? Well, together we'll share. Yeah, it's my. Well, I don't know. I do like that idea, though.
I'd do it. I'd love to do that.
I would do one. Yeah. Well,
I'd be so good with your kids too. You know, I mean,
if we had it, if I had it.
Yeah, I've got a step kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
does she play fix any interest?
So she will help me. She's actually very interested in helping.
How old is she now?
She'll be 11 in like a week.
Jeez,
so
that's gone fast.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah, it seems like still 4 or 5 years old, but she actually helped me the other day. I set somebody, Brooke at the pinball company contacted me to set up a game for a woman out in Raleigh.
Okay,
and Faye came and I'm lifting the game and she's putting the leg bolts in and helping me, handing me all of my tools that I needed and stuff. So she's a good help with that. As far as playing, Fishtails is her favorite game that I have down there. But she's very. I think it's too normalized for her to like care about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a kid that's never seen this stuff would go down in my basement and lose their mind.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, oh, Matt just got another pinball machine.
Yeah. Troy's daughter was the same way. It was just like, and she actually just this past summer was helping him clean some stuff and do stuff. So she was, but she's older. She's in college now. But when my sister's kids come over here, they lose their mind every time.
Like, this is so cool. I've never seen anything like this. Yeah, and it's not just like, oh, here's another game. Who cares? Now, if it was a My Little Pony machine.
which Steve Ritchie keeps joking about.
Well, if they make it, I'm
wow.
gonna be forced to buy it. Yeah, that's her favorite show. So
wow,
which she'll probably hate me for
not
saying
for
that.
much longer though.
No, she's getting up there. I think she would
11,
hate me
12,
saying that now. Yeah, but I let her secret out. So hopefully none of her friends listen to it.
All 40 or 50 that usually watch this, they don't care. They don't care. It's fine. They're not going to make fun of you. It's fine. But no, that's good. I'm glad that at least she's got some interest in it. That's good. And the next generation coming up, if she could learn some stuff, or even
somebody's going to have to.
Yeah.
I mean,
who's going to do it?
If you look at the repair people in the state, it's very, very slim.
So you keep telling me I need to start.
It's something to think about. Yeah, I mean, it's.
I'd love to. My issue, and I've talked about this with some other people. I would love to. I am not brave enough to make the jump and just be like, all right, here we go.
We're doing
this is me. Yeah.
It's tough. I mean,
I know you left. You had a video production type thing going on. And
and Abari had made it very easy for me to transition.
That one would be easier,
Yeah, because I had the job, the normal salary job, So then when I'm doing repairs on the side, it's not like, ooh, this is the only thing I'm doing.
Right.
I have a good month, bad. No, exactly. So it made it a lot safer. Which right now I'm just doing repairs. It is more difficult, and you're like, ooh, but it's but there's. Outside, I mean, I guess I'm the youngest guy in the state. I would think that does it.
Say,
so
or
pretty close.
Yeah, if you are.
And Jack's up there. Jack's in his 60s.
Yeah.
Don over at 4 Year Amusement in Asheville's up there and wanting to retire in sometime probably in the next 10 years or so. You got John, who's up there in age over in the Raleigh area. A guy named Barney has been doing it a long time over that way. So there's
do you guys have like meetings and stuff?
No, we don't. It's real weird. Like
secret get-togethers.
I do refer a lot of work to John in Raleigh, which I don't think I've ever met John. So
I don't know.
I just know of him, and I know that he's competent, and I've had people that I've sent that said, "Hey, thanks, John fixed it for me," which is awesome.
Oh,
and
cool.
so I've referred people obviously to Jack, and Jack's always like, "Thanks for that." Lenny down in Taylorsville, I send a ton of electromechanical work to because I really don't. I was
gonna say, do you draw the line on those?
I don't like working on EMs, and it ties up a lot more time.
That's a lot.
Than like a solid state that I can just burn through. So. And it's kind of a good business ploy as well that I just tie these guys up with all the EM work, so all the solid states come to me.
That's smart. Yeah. That's really smart. No, I would love to do it if I was brave enough, but I don't want to. I just can't. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
But, and I know I got hardcore burned out.
That's a good...
Well, but it was with normal job, and I was like, the double life.
Right.
And there was a few times when I needed to go work on something, and it was just...
Yeah.
It's like, I don't even
want to go do... Yeah. Well, you feel... With games, I've kept games on location, too. You feel on call all the time.
Yeah.
And especially if it's Friday or Saturday, which are the worst days that you don't want
them down.
Yeah. You don't want them down. You'll lose... The whole week pay is done.
And plus, it looks bad on the location. You don't want...
Exactly.
A lot of things.
But then when you get that call that something's down on a Saturday, and you've got to reroute your plans to try to squeeze by
Wives
there.
love that.
Yeah, they really do. Love it. And, the only bad thing I would say about working on pins all the time is it's literally just 24/7 pinball. People message me all the time on pinball stuff. I'm working on a game all the time. It's never a break from it. So you do get burnout sometimes. That's honest. I do love what I do.
Yeah.
But you do. There's times that the passion starts to
it becomes a job.
Right.
And not a hobby.
Exactly. Yeah. And one of my games goes down, I just want to light it on fire.
Well,
it's like I know it's something easy, but I don't want to pull the thing apart. I've done that all day already.
Well, that's what we were joking kind of earlier. It's like not this, but the mechanic, his car, he's always got cars that don't work. The Whitewater, I don't want to fix it right now. Just do not.
It'll be fine. Just leave that one off.
It still looks nice.
Yeah. Just don't play that one.
Yeah, the left flipper doesn't work. I will do it. I promise. 2021 is my year.
Yeah.
It's only been down for like 5 months.
Yeah. I got 10 left. So it's a good chance.
Come over, I'm like, don't play.
Yeah, or just play right flipper.
There you go. Yeah, do a little challenge mode.
Yeah, you can almost probably play most of that game outside of when you hit the waterfall. It would just roll down, but all the rest would bounce or go to the right. Or you
give it a good slap.
Yeah,
maybe you could get it to
knock
bounce.
it over.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you might be onto something there too.
Absolutely,
we are figuring stuff out today.
Yeah, it's good. One of those days.
Yeah, it's just we're on. It's Super Bowl's on right now.
Yeah, I had no idea. No, I'm not. Yeah. I actually had to ask my wife who was in it. I didn't even know. She's not football either, but I guess has friends that knew. No, the only sport that I watch is Premier League soccer.
I did know that.
I'm a huge Tottenham Hotspur fan.
Yeah.
So, I eat, live, and breathe that too. So, I literally plan my life around Tottenham matches. Like, if there's a big match, I can't work that time. I can't do anything. I can't have a plan.
Do you have a setup out in the office now so you could watch and work?
I've been doing it on my laptop, but I need to hang a TV out there.
Yeah, you do.
Like bad. That's the next thing. So I've been slowly. I've been getting some nice. Memorabilia and so on sticking up there. BR gave me he gave me that Iron Man translate. I don't know. Yeah, he had to hang up. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
got to break out the BR.
All right. But so he's gonna. He gave me that, which is awesome. I hang that up. I've got Cactus Canyon and Kingpin translate out there, which are some of the rare ones, and some playfields hanging and different stuff. But that's slowly. Yeah, I'm trying to leave some wall space so if I get new cool stuff, I can hang it up there.
That's
be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. I burned out on soccer too because I used to have to put. I know cruddy MLS. I know, not your Premier League stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I had to do
retirement league.
Yeah, I had to do way too many MLS games, and they were a lot of stress to get on the air.
Oh, I bet.
I started learning a lot about it, and I do appreciate it, but. I haven't watched one since, but I'd be like plus 4 stoppage time. I'm like, what are you doing?
Well, now that's one of the things.
8.
That's one of the things I love is that it more or less ends in 90 minutes.
Yeah,
you don't have timeouts. You don't have
Like, what's that ref thinking?
Very early on when I was at college, I actually would do videos for the Greensboro Grasshoppers. Run cameras for them. And I knew nothing about baseball. I knew nothing about baseball. Still don't. And anyway, I didn't know that you couldn't just like draw a baseball match. Like somebody has to win.
Oh yeah.
So you have to just keep doing the innings.
Yeah.
And so it was like bottom of the ninth. I've had this big cam. I'm like, okay, we're done. We're good. We're ready to. They're like, no, they got to keep playing. They went through 14 innings, and I was so furious. Yeah, I was so furious. I was like, well, somebody just come and score for the love of God.
Yeah, I did a playoff game. Well, soccer, I had to do a playoff game where somebody had to win.
Yeah, and they just went into extra time and then penalties.
They finally went to penalty kicks. Yeah. I was like, get it over with. It was like 3 hours.
Please.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to go home. But, yeah, well, so you need to get a setup out there. You're telling me I need to quit my job.
Be a pinball tech.
Yeah, take over the Concord area and, flex that muscle. But where are we at? Oh, shoot. Yeah, we probably need to wrap this one up.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And, I mean, we can keep going. Part 2 here.
Right.
Yeah,
no,
absolutely. I've got plenty more to ask you. Here, you know what? We'll tease the next episode.
Okay.
All right, Matthew, we've talked before we started recording. We're going to talk about Abari.
Yeah, absolutely. And people are probably most interested in this.
Oh, yeah.
I would say.
So let's wait until next week.
Yeah.
That's a tease for your TV land. Again, this is Matthew. Let's tease not tease. That's wrong. We're teasing Abari for next week. You are Carolina Pinball Repair.
That's right.
Facebook. Where else? You have a website.
Yeah, it should be www.carolinapinballrepair.com.
Okay.
Yep.
So
which I don't update a lot anymore, but
If you got like those old AOL pages where the guys like got the shovel,
right?
Like,
yeah, exactly. And the flashing lights, the flash animation. No,
like welcome 2014.
I think the last thing I put on there was just like I finally got so tired of updating. I was like, just follow me on Facebook.
There you go.
Yeah, it's easier.
There, so you can find him there. Hopefully, we'll find out next week. Maybe you'll see him at Abari. But he goes by, is it the _ director?
The _ director.
The _ director. You know what? We'll get into that. I know the story on the background of that, but I like that there was like a whole group of people up your way, like it was the banker, the director.
Right.
Like we needed to like start.
That should have continued. I don't know why.
Well, we need to do it again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I'll switch mine. I'll be like the TV
engineer,
the chief engineer, the whatever. I don't know. But yeah, so thank you again. Matthew came down here, gracious enough, during the Super Bowl, which he loves. I can't believe we pulled you away.
I know, the Super Bowl, was unbelievable.
All right, well, we don't even know what the score is or anything, but we're going to come back next week with Matthew and talk about a bunch of fun stuff. So thank you again, and we will see everybody really soon.